said, I know. So I am getting more boards. But if you want, move over here. Okay, so here's what I got set up so far. Top number is A times C. The bottom number is B. And in here goes A and A. And then the thing you have to remember to do is, once you have your two numbers that are going to do this, you have to do what with these two sides?
You got to divide this.
Okay, you got to reduce, divide, and keep them as a ratio.
Yes. That's
So
what
let's write reduce if possible. And then the other thing you want to remember is you keep the negative at the bottom if there is one. If you have it. Keep the negative at the bottom if you have it.
Wouldn't it be better to say just keep the negative where it is?
Yeah, you can say that too. The top should not have a negative, and we're going to see that at one of those examples why. So keep the negative at the bottom if you have it. Okay, now, how do you write your final answer? Once you have this, it's all done here. You just have to remember what goes where, and it's very easy and simple, but I think we should write it down. There's not really a very nice way to write this down,
Yeah, there is.
but this one goes first, and it gets the X. And then that one goes next. So you're going to have a term there and a term there. And then same thing over here. So top one has an X, and bottom number goes here. Okay, so let's practice. All right. So for example, let's do number one. So for example, number one says x squared minus 4x minus 12. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to first look for a greatest common factor. Is there one?
No.
No. If there isn't one, you have three terms, so then you do our factor snowflake. So you make an x, and then make a line straight through it. All right, top number right here is your first times your last. Guys, put your phones away. There's nothing more irritating when I'm teaching something new and you're on your phone. Put it away. I'm talking to everybody, or go to the office. What's your first times your last? What's 1 times negative 12?
Negative 12.
Negative 12. Make sure you have a negative there. Bottom number's the B. What's the B? Negative 4. Top number is 1 and 1 because your A is 1. So 1 and 1. All right, you got to think of two numbers that multiply to negative 12 and add to negative 4. So 6 and 2, and which one's going to be negative if you need to get negative 4?
The 2.
Negative 6. No. Okay, so negative 6 plus 2 makes negative 4.
Hey, I want.
All right, now check your reducing. Can I reduce? No. Does 1 and negative 6 reduce? Nope. Does 1 and 2 reduce? Nope. So here's your final answer. You're done. The top one gets the x. So it's 1x minus 6. Do I have to put a 1x? No, you can just put an x. And then the next one's going to say what? X plus 2. Very good. And that's done. All right, let's try another one. Number 2. Let's make it a little tougher.
Are you recording right now?
Number 2. 2x squared minus x minus 3. 2x squared minus x minus 3. Okay, ask yourself, greatest common factor, yes or no? Nope. So you make your factor snowflake. Make your x, make your line through it. Okay, what's your top number going to be? 2 times negative 3, which makes what? Negative 6. Bottom number is your B. Negative 1. And then a 2 and a 2 go in your A spots. Okay, two numbers that multiply to negative 6 and add to negative 1. People mess this up all the time, so be careful on this one. Does negative 3 and positive 2 work?
Negative 1 times 6.
Okay, that's the one people think. Does negative 1 and 6 work?
No.
No, because when you add them, do you get negative 1?
No, you get 5.
Yeah, so that one will not work. So it is negative 3 and 2. Question here, does it matter if I put a 2 first or a negative 3?
No.
No, doesn't matter. And then what if I made 2 negative? Would that work?
No.
No, because 3 minus 2 is what kind of a 1? Positive 1, and you need negative 1. Everybody agree that it has to be those two? Any reducing here? That doesn't reduce, but this does. Yep, what's it become? 1 over 1. Okay, keep it as a ratio. Okay, top number gets the x, and then you're done. So final answer, out of 2 and negative 3, it's going to say 2x minus 3, close your parenthesis, and then this one's going to say what? X plus 1. Good
Exposed
job.
one.
All right, good. So that's, I have 5 examples I want to do. We've already done 2. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more. If you're not catching on, then you need to pay attention and try it. I already told you to stop. Number 3, 15 x squared minus 27x. I needed more space. It doesn't matter to me. If you need new page or if you want to keep writing it over there. Okay, warning on this one, because you're not going to go straight to a snowflake. What do you always start with? Yep, greatest common factor. What can you take out of these? 3, good. So don't forget things we've already mastered. A 3 goes out in front and you put a parenthesis, and you divide everything by 3. Okay, so 15x squared divided by 3 gives you what? 5x squared. 27x divided by 3 is minus 9x minus 2. Good job. Close your parentheses. Okay, now at this point, the whole point of factoring is to make simpler questions. So that's why you take a 3 out. Now it's a simpler problem. So you cover this 3 up and you make a snowflake with what's left inside. All right, so snowflake for the inside. Top number would be negative 10. Bottom number is negative 9. A 5 and a 5. A 1 and a 10 is going to work, but what's negative?
Negative 10.
Okay, 1 and negative 10. The 10 has to be the negative because I got to get a negative 9. Yes? Because it's your first times your last to get the top number. You're talking about that one, right? Yeah. Okay, and reducing, but what you just said, you got to keep the negative where it is. Yeah, make sure it's 1 over negative 2. Okay, final answer here. Top number gets the x. 5x plus 1, x, yep, that's it. And if you, oh, wait, what has to come in front? Yeah, I totally forgot about our greatest common factor at the 3. So don't forget about the 3. One more. I told you 2 more. Number 4, this one, let's see what we can do on our own. This one does have a greatest common factor. So 9x squared plus 66x plus 21. 9x squared plus 66x plus 21. Okay, good. And if you're not sure about a greatest common factor, there's not many choices because you start with the smallest number. What are the only factors of 9? 3 or 9, right? So if you want, you can just see, can you divide 9 by 66 or 21?
No.
No. So it has to be 3 if it's going to be anything at all. And then 3 does divide it. So everybody write down what your new thing is. Take a 3 out. Connor, right? Your notebook grade's going to get hurt.
What's it just now?
You need to be writing. So what do we get with 9x squared divided by 3? Anybody want to tell me what you got? 3x squared plus 22x plus 7. Good job. All right, cover up the 3. I have 3 terms left.
Ow.
3 terms means you do the snowflake.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so from here I would do snowflake. And let's see if you can finish this one off, okay? So get me a final answer. Are you
Bit about Bill, Joe.
I mean, like, it would be 21 in the center.
Yes.
And you have 3 on both sides. And then you have 22 on the bottom.
You are correct.
That's what I'm stuck at.
Don't be thinking too hard.
Keep moving, pizza.
If this number is one number bigger, then it's this number times 1. 21 times 1.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, you were just overthinking.
This tape thing cut me right through.
Okay, little tape, dear. That's all the tape I got. 21 and 1. Shelby catching on? Okay, good. Hold on, I'm almost done. Give me like 3 more minutes.
First
All right,
half, like
3 and 21. What's that reduced to?
7.
No, not 7. 1 over 7. And that one doesn't reduce.
Honestly, I didn't even look at the problem. I just said 7.
Okay.
I didn't even listen to that. That's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing great. Okay, what's 1/7 reduced to?
7-1.
I mean, what's it say in parentheses now? 1x plus 7, and then 3x plus 1. Okay, technically, the only thing I want to show you on why I wanted you to do a 5th one, because I think by now you should be getting the hang of this. Y'all agree? Those of you working and focused? Okay, which is majority of you. Number 5, if I give you one like this, let's just make a note of it. If it was negative 6y squared minus 25y minus 25. The new thing with this is what's it start with at the very beginning? A negative. If it starts with a negative, automatically, if anything ever starts with a negative, you have to factor out the negative first. So, is there anything else you could factor out on this one? No, because 6 is 3 and 2. Does 3 and 2 divide 25? No. So what you would do is you would factor out a negative, and just write this last step down, and then we'll put dot, dot, dot. So your greatest common factor is negative, and you're dividing each of these by -1. So basically, they flip the signs, right? So this is going to make 6y squared. What's this make? Positive 25y, and then positive 25. And then you would go on and do Snowflake from here. Okay?
You're a snowflake.
All right. Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay.